Hi friends, it's Victor Costa, Peace, Love, and Muscles. Hope you're doing well. Hope you're having an outstanding day. This is an excerpt from a bodybuilding seminar that I was giving in a gym. And in this particular segment, I was speaking about shoulder development. I was also speaking about how simple these movements are, but we tend to complicate them. If you were to just raise your arm out to your side right now, you could probably feel your shoulder contract, but suddenly when we put the dumbbell into our hands, we start picking up energy in different parts of the body, in the traps and in the neck, and we think about mobilizing our body just to get the weights to move up. What I'm sharing here is really the idea that sometimes the simple movements get complicated. So what I'd like you to do, if you've been trying to develop your shoulders, is to not think about moving the weights up simultaneously in both hands if you're doing side laterals with dumbbells, but really consider one arm at a time and thinking about how simple this movement is. Just raising your arm and letting the shoulder do the work. Rather than thinking about moving the weights up, think about having your shoulder raise the weights. It's a subtle difference, but it's really the best way to connect with the shoulder. If I put really heavy dumbbells in my hands, I'm really going to pick up the stress in the traps first, and that will inhibit a shoulder contraction. So guys, look, this is about bodybuilding. It's about connecting with the muscles. It's about having a dialogue with those muscles. And that's what this video is designed to do, to get you to kind of slow things down, have the weight, and just think about raising your shoulder up or having your shoulder lift the weight rather than think about having the weights come up. That's really not what this is about. It's about raising the shoulder and getting a contraction. So again, try to do one arm at a time, experiment, and that will probably stop a lot of the loading up in the traps before your shoulders are able to contract. I know that if I take a heavy dumbbell or heavy dumbbells and I try to just move those weights up simultaneously, that the first place that I pick up the energy will be in the traps. Take a look at a video of yourself doing it. Look in the mirror. You'll see that there's a flex in the neck prior to the shoulder contracting, right? What I'd rather have is sort of everything else relaxed. Just think about the shoulder raising the weight up out to the side. And also, guys, if you can raise your arm out to the side and feel your shoulder contract and then put a weight in your hand and not feel your shoulder contract, of course, the weight is getting distributed to somewhere else in the body. So to me, that's not really working on the shoulder. That's just trying to pick up as much stress in the body and get the repetitions over with. What you want to do is try to get as close as you possibly can to that feeling or that sensation without the weights, and yes, add a little bit more resistance, and then we start scaling up from there. So that to me is what bodybuilding is all about. It's about communicating with your body. It's about learning how to ask the body for what you want. You see here that I'm mimicking how to do this improperly, and I see a lot of guys in the gym, the first move is up with the traps, and then the shoulder comes out to the side, and they never get a full contraction. The traps pick up all the work. You can see here that my shoulders are doing all the work. I have a light weight in my hand, and I'm getting a tremendous contraction in my shoulders. I'm also expressing during this and telling guys about staying natural has tremendous benefits, obviously physically, but also emotionally and mentally. And if you have a distaste for mediocrity, and you have a distaste for your current state, and that distaste is enough, that will trump any drug, any supplement, or anything. It will be the thing that can keep you steadfast in your bodybuilding. Having a distaste for mediocrity trumps any steroid drug or any supplement that you could ever think of. So, guys, think about how the body works. When you move, you feel your body contract. You can feel the muscles contract. And what you're trying to do in the gym is just add a little bit more resistance. That's really the name of the game. And so that way you can think about crafting your body. You're the captain of the ship, rather than letting the weights somehow affect the body. You are using the weights as a tool. And those of you who have played golf can relate to this. You swing the club beautifully. And you're nice and relaxed, and all of a sudden someone puts the ball down and suddenly you mess up, and there's this stress. It's kind of like that with bodybuilding. You're able to raise your arm up out to the side without your traps contracting, and then suddenly put a dumbbell in your hand and the weight gets distributed somewhere else. That's exactly what we're trying to avoid. So guys, I hope this video was useful to you. I hope you try to connect with your shoulders when you're doing side laterals. I don't have the best shoulders in the world, but I'm working on them all the time, trying to get them better. And my objective is to have this kind of control, what I'm doing here, with a heavier tool, every time that